Hey guys, welcome back to another Slightly Redneck video. Again, my name is Chris. If you're not familiar with the channel, well, I'm generally helping you to produce your own meat, eggs, and vegetables from your backyard, your balcony, your deck, your garage, or even a spare room in your house if that's the way you want to do it. But today, we're taking a break from that because I have got something super cool to show off to you today. All right, this is the TTNature Smart Bird Feeder. This is probably one of the coolest things I've received in a long time. You can see it is solar powered. It's a solid wood construction, very nicely built. I'm impressed with really just how sturdy this thing is, how well put together it is. I got a bug flying around me, sorry, I'm getting distracted. The only real assembly, it was pretty easy. I didn't show the assembly on camera because it's pretty straightforward and pretty simple. The only real assembly is you got to put 2 screws in here and 2 screws in here to hold this front piece on. That's the perch where the birds would sit to eat. This little wire mesh insert, I don't know if you can see that right there. That you just have to slide that in, put this on, put the 2 screws in, really. That's pretty much it. Opens up on the side to access where you can put the feed. This is the really cool part about it. The camera that's inside. This is a motion activated smart camera. And it's pretty good quality so far from what I've seen. I think it's only a 1080p resolution for like pictures, but really that's all you need when you're taking close-up pictures of birds and things. It will do video, it's got a microphone in it, and a speaker, so you can actually do two-way talking through it. So like, you get a squirrel on your bird feeder, you can scream at it, hey, get out of here, and see if that scares it off or not. We'll see how many squirrels I have going at it. Like I said, I've already got this thing put together. The assembly is pretty straightforward and pretty easy. Let me open that back up. Basically, you set the camera up. That's not really going to be the focus of this video. You set the camera up, connect it to your Wi-Fi, slide it in there, plug it into the solar panel, and close the latch. There we go, got it closed. That's pretty much all there is to it. Now, it does have a solar panel. I will say this bird feeder comes with all kinds of mounting hardware. This is not the bird feeder's mounting hardware. This is an aftermarket that came with the pole I bought to mount the bird feeder on. But they gave you plenty ample mounting hardware, a little bracket that mounts on the back. You can strap it to a tree. You can screw it to the side of a building, on a post, however you want to do it. There's a lot of different mounting hardware that it comes with. Really, the only thing that I had to do additional for the camera was I had to put my own SD card in it. It does not come with its own SD card, but that wasn't that big of a deal either. And it is solar powered, so it's going to power the feeder, the camera, power the battery up through solar power. I'm not going to have to keep coming out here and changing batteries or taking it apart, taking it inside and filling it up. So let me get this all set up on the pole. We'll get some bird feed in it. I'm going to have to go buy some. I don't have any right now. And we'll see how long it takes for me to get a couple of birds around. I did buy a new pole. Let me back this camera up a little bit. We'll show it off. Okay, hopefully you can see this. I bought a new pole off Amazon to mount this thing on. This thing is way up there. I mean, it's way up there. So I got to have a ladder to mount this thing up there, but that shouldn't be too big of a deal. That should be pretty easy. It did come with squirrel baffle right here. So hopefully that will keep the squirrels out. We'll see though. Let me go ahead and get this thing mounted. One thing when you're mounting the camera, you do not want to, here, let me turn it around. We got a lot of wind and that may be distracting. Plus I was backlit there and I was just a shadow. So okay, let's try this again. So when you do mount this, you don't want to mount it pointing directly at the sun. So I'm going to be mounting it this direction. The primary direction of the sun is that way. I've got the solar panel mounted on this side to track the sun, to charge the battery for the camera. But that's it. I'm just going to stick it on the pole. Because really the cool thing about this, I mean, it is a cool bird feeder. I mean, it looks beautiful. Stars and Stripes, America. It's not made in America. It's made in China, I'm pretty sure, but it is made in China, actually. I know that. But still, they've done a great job of decorating it. Like I said, it's very nicely built. I mean, this is not a cheap plastic bird feeder. This is sturdy. It's got a little bit of weight to it. It's just, all in all, it doesn't feel cheap. It feels really well built. I'm very impressed with that. On the camera, like I said, the quality of that, what I've tested so far, looks great. So we'll see what it looks like when I get some birds coming to the feeder. And good grief, about to blow away here in the wind. Picked a bad day to do this, didn't I? But anyhow, hopefully we can keep the squirrels off of it. It records, I already told you, it records video, it records sound. You can do pictures. You get notifications in the app. There's some cool stuff which we'll show you as we start getting some of that birds coming to the feeder. But right now I need to get it mounted on the pole. I need to get some bird seed in it, and then we'll go from there. When it comes to when I get some birds coming, we'll see what the video looks like, what the pictures look like as well. So let me get this thing mounted up on the pole, and then we'll go from there. I hope this ladder's tall enough. I'm not sure if it is. Oh yeah, we're tall enough. Feeling. I think that's going to work. Okay, it is mounted. The pole's actually pretty sturdy. There's a little bit of wobble to it. I had a hard time driving the stakes into the ground at the bottom because this ground's pretty hard here. I may have to come back and fix that. I don't know. But right now, I think it's going to be okay. We got a whole lot of wind today. All right, so I'm going to show you real quick the app. Hopefully you can see that. So that is the view from the bird camera. Says we've got a 52% signal on the Wi-Fi. I'm actually quite a ways from my Wi-Fi, so. But that's the view from the camera right up there in the bird feeder. So let me, well, I don't know if I can probably walk around there, but it won't matter. You can kind of see what's going on there. That's the view that they get. So hopefully we get a bunch of cool pictures of birds coming up around here, flying around. I don't think it'll take too long to get birds to come to the feeder. We have a pretty wooded area back here. Lots of birds hang out back here. It is summertime, so you know they're not as desperate for food as they are in the wintertime necessarily, but I still think we'll have no problem getting some birds here. So I need to go pick up some bird seed. I'll get this thing filled up. You don't necessarily need to watch me do that. It's pretty easy. I'm gonna have to use the ladder because that pole's way up there. And then we'll see what we get whenever some birds start visiting the feeder. And I'll be back with you then. All right, so I've had this thing up for about a week. The birds are just now starting to find it. You know, it is summertime here, so the food's not super scarce. So, you know, more likely in the wintertime, you're gonna have more activity in your bird feeders because there's not as much seed around naturally and all that kind of stuff. They're just looking for food a little bit more. But summertime, I mean, there's plenty of birds around. They're just not super desperate for the food, so they're not necessarily coming in all the time. But anyway, took about 5 days, I think it was, 4 or 5 days roughly, before the first bird finally came to the feeder, and I got the chance to check it out on the video. And I got to say, that was one of the coolest things. I get a notification on the app. It tells me that there's a motion at the bird feeder. So I pulled it up, and there it is, a little chickadee coming to the feeder, feeding. Get to see him pick up a seed, kind of move around, drop it, pick up another seed, and then he kind of flew off. So that was pretty cool. I had to show that off to everybody. I was like, oh, look at this. This is pretty neat. And it was pretty exciting, actually. And then we had cardinal come in. Just got a quick glimpse of a female cardinal sitting on the perch there. Just a quick view of her before she took off. So there wasn't a whole lot of video there, but still it was pretty cool to see her come in. I think it was a female cardinal anyway. It may have been more of a juvenile. I really don't know for sure. Let's take a look at the app though. We'll look at a couple of the features of the app. There's some really good, cool things about the app, and then there's some stuff that's not so great. And we'll talk about all of that real quick. So let's take a look. Okay, so this is the app. This gives me just kind of the front page here, shows me, you know, you've got your bird visitors and your dynamic activities. You can see I did have a squirrel come to the feeder. We'll talk about that a little bit more here in just a second. Here's a good clip though. You can see, you just pull it up, see that little cardinal there. Again, maybe that was a juvenile, maybe it was a female, but we got a quick shot of that one right there. You can download the clip if you want to. Up in the upper right hand corner you get the little download button. This button right here gives you, or this option right here gives you the option to share through like text message, Messenger, you know, Facebook Messenger, any of those kinds of things. One thing I will tell you real quick is that if you do download download the clip, it saves it to your device albums. You got your albums right down here, and you can see that I've downloaded that clip a couple of times just playing with the app, trying to figure out how it works exactly. So I've got that clip several times. You go into that clip, you can play it, and you can see the little chickadee coming up, grabbing some seed, looks around a little bit, decides he wants a different seed, drops that one, grabs a different one, and flies off with it. Pretty cool video there. So anyway, we've got a couple of bird videos here. That's your albums that you can go into. If you go to your home, excuse me, if you enter the device, this is the, so you can click here to enter the device and actually get a live view. We're going to let it set up here for a second. Establish a connection. If I walk out here in front, you should be able to see me. There I am. Look, there I am. So you can see me. That lets you enter into the device, and you can see the camera over there and everything where I'm shooting. You do have a couple of options here. You can click on, if there is a bird, you can click on this little identify bird thing here. Now this is a paid subscription that you have to use the AI. This is the AI section right here. It's not going to recognize anything because there's no bird there right now. But if there was a bird, at the feeder, you could use this little red bird button right here. If you have a subscription to the AI, it will scan and it will tell you that what kind of bird it is. Maybe. It will tell you what kind of bird it is. My experience, and I've only used it one time, I signed up for it just to go ahead and use it. It's like, I think it was $8 a month is what it cost for the AI subscription. If you don't have the subscription, you won't be able to use the AI to help identify the birds that you've got. There's a couple other options here. One I want to show you real quick is if I pull up on that, it gives me more options here. There's a squirrel expulsion. So if you hit that button, and we'll listen through the camera here, we'll see what it sounds like. Turn it on. I don't know if that's sound enough on a camera or not. It's not super loud, but it sounds a siren off at the feeder itself. The idea is to, if you have a squirrel at the feeder, you hit that button, sounds a siren off, and it gets it to leave. Now, it did not work very well with the squirrel that I had at my feeder, and that may just be the squirrel that I had. Here's some other cool things though too though, is that you can actually listen to the sound right there, and you can also, I've got to remember how to do it, if you expand, turn your phone sideways and expand to full size, you have where you can actually connect to it and do a two-way call. So you can hear my voice. It's going to be echoey. I don't know if you can hear that, but it comes through the speaker in the feeder itself. So that's kind of cool too. I actually tried that to expel the squirrel. That didn't work either, and I'll show you a video of that here in just a second. The squirrel that I had at my feeder was not at all bothered by the siren or the sound of my voice. He just pretty much ignored it. So I don't know if he's somewhat deaf, or if he's just super brave, or if he's just been conditioned enough to hear sirens and voices that it just doesn't bother him one way or the other. So that did not work. But it's a cool feature anyhow. You've got AI Helper. This gives you the information about the AI, how do I use it to identify a bird in a saved video, all that good information. There's a favorites section you can go to. Your messages, this will tell you when you had motion detected at your feeder. You'll get the notifications on your phone. You can also go here to check them. You can take a screenshot of what you're seeing right there. You can expand the video. That gives you a couple of more options to record video, to connect to two-way call, to take a photo of what's on screen right now. Let's see, what else we got here? Oh, one other thing. Okay, so let's get out of the actual connection there. So at the bottom, we've got our home, we've got our albums. It shows us our clips that we've got in there real quick. We've got the community. The community page allows you to connect to the community. You can see people's posts, what they've posted. You can post things yourself, get comments on them. It's not super active, but it is kind of cool to see what other people have gotten to their feeders. A little bit of interaction. Some people will comment on it. You know me, I'm terrible at social media, but this is kind of cool. You get to see, you know, again, videos that other people have posted in the community, so that's pretty neat. I wonder where that person is. Those are not native to America birds, but anyway, kind of neat to see what everybody else is posting. Also, there are some people that have, smart hummingbird feeders. There's one smart hummingbird feeder. You get close-up video of a hummingbird coming to the feeder. Pretty nifty. So, pretty cool video. The community section's all right. It's pretty neat. It's kind of something cool to check out. What else we got here? Let's see. There's one other thing I wanted to show you when I'm connected, I think. Let me connect back to my camera. Okay, if we go to the cloud, so the cloud will save. Let's see. Where's my cloud storage? I need to go back. I need to go back a couple of days. Let's see. Now that was me feeding the feeder. I don't want that. Cloud storage is only available if you have the subscription. So there's the squirrel that came to my feeder. Okay, so here's what I want to show you. So if you have the subscription to the AI, it will store the information in the cloud. If you select it from the cloud, then you can hit identify, and it's supposed to identify your bird. You can tell it did not do a good job. This says that my likelihood of this are either a peanut-winged nightjar. I don't even know what that is. I've never even heard of that for sure. I don't even know if that's an American bird. A lyre-tailed nightjar, again, don't know what that is. Or a Taiwan blue magpie. And none of those, I mean, this is a cardinal. This is I think a female. It could be a male, juvenile male. I don't honestly know. And now I'm looking at it a little bit more with the red in its wing. I think maybe it's a young male cardinal, but I don't really know that for sure. Either way, I do know this is a cardinal. So, you know, the AI is not very good. Maybe it'll get better with time. Probably not worth the subscription, honestly. It's got an SD card, so you know it will save all of your information. You can add it to your albums. You don't need the cloud storage necessarily. And I know my birds well enough that I don't need AI to tell me what the bird is. One thing that AI will do though is it will give you notification if you have the AI purchased. It will identify. It does a really good job of identifying this was a bird, this was a squirrel. It doesn't call it a squirrel, it says like a furry friend visited your feeder. But otherwise, if you don't have AI, all you get is a notification that says motion was detected, and you'll have to look. It will still record it, but you have to look at it to verify, you know, to see what it was. It does also have an option, if you have the AI generated, you can do a detection mode. And the detection mode gives you smart detection, where it only receives messages of birds and squirrels. You can turn it off if you want to, or you can get all motion targeted. The smart detection is only really going to work if you have the subscription to AI, I believe. I don't think it works without it. Before I took the subscription to the AI, my notifications were just motion is detected at the feeder, and then you would check it and you would see, oh, it was a bird, or oh, it was a squirrel, or it was the wind blowing the feeder around, or whatever. And I still get those motions detected, but now I do get a furry friend has visited your feeder, or a, sorry, got distracted here. So I got notifications before I purchased AI that like motion detected, but now, you know, once I have the AI subscription, it does come with a trial. So I'm under the trial right now. I probably won't continue it. I'm going to give it a little bit longer and, you know, get some more birds come to the feeder to see if it identifies them correctly. But honestly, the AI is not that big of a deal to me. It is pretty nice to be able to say, hey, you got a furry friend visited your feeder, and I know, well, okay, it's probably a squirrel, and I can jump in there and see it. But you know, it didn't work to extract the squirrel. I mean, it doesn't matter. I yelled through that thing in a two-way call. I set the siren off. It didn't really faze him at all. He or she, I don't know if it was a male or female squirrel. Was not fazed by that at all. I'm pretty sure the way they were getting on the feeder was I had a stump right there, and they were jumping on that stump and jumping and getting over the squirrel baffle right here. So I took that stump out. Haven't had a squirrel back at the feeder yet. We'll see if that happens. Other things you can do to deter squirrels from your feeder. I think this is going to work, this baffle on this pole. Now that that stump is gone, they can't get up there and jump from there to here. The stump wasn't high, it was, oh, about like that. So it did give them, I don't know, a foot or two more height, and it allowed them to jump up over the baffle. And even then they were having a hard time. They didn't make it every single time. So I think now that that stump's gone, they won't be able to get up on there anymore. Or you can also do things like sprinkle cayenne in your bird seed. That doesn't bother the birds at all, but squirrels will definitely not enjoy the cayenne pepper or, you know, whatever hot sauce you want to put on it. So anyway, overall, it's a pretty good feed. I mean, it's a great build. The build quality is fantastic. It looks good. You got the stars and stripes, American, you know, flag kind of emblem on it. The camera's fantastic quality. It can almost work as a security camera, honestly. It does a pretty good job. It will pick me moving way out here. It'll pick that movement up and let me know about it. Everything I like, everything about this camera is just super cool. It's just so much fun to see the birds coming to the feeder, getting close-up video of them, seeing how they kind of interact, looking at other people's posts that they've made. It's a really cool feeder. I like it a lot. The only downside really is the AI is not that great at identifying species of birds. It does a pretty good job of identifying it's a bird, it's a squirrel, it's just movement, but it doesn't do a good job of saying this is what type of bird you've got. So I probably won't continue the AI subscription, but it doesn't matter. I've still got all the benefits of a camera, a smart feeder that's going to take video for me. Let me see what it is. Okay, so to enter the giveaway for a chance to win one of these feeders for your very own, they are going to give away 2 feeders, randomly select participants. You'll need to go, I'll leave a link down below where you can get to it. You'll need to go to the Facebook post, comment under the pinned giveaway post telling them which bird you'd most like to see visit, and then they're going to select 2 random winners for this edition, the National Flag Edition feeder, and that's going to be done on September 1st, it looks like. So I'll leave a link below. Go join that contest, see how you do. You may be able to win yourself a free smart feeder. Again, this is one of the coolest things. I really enjoyed having it. It's been a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to winter time, or fall, I guess, where we're going to start getting a little bit more activity at the feeder and seeing what I can get. And I've had a good time kind of going through the community and seeing what other people are posting, what other birds are visiting theirs. There's a whole lot of cardinals. I mean, that makes sense, right? And the chickadee that I got coming to my feeder, I was kind of surprised about that, honestly. We see chickadees a lot. I usually don't see them in the summertime. Usually it's a wintertime thing. But, you know, that chickadee came into the feeder, the first bird that came to the feeder. So I'm excited to see what else we're going to get. All right, I guess that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. You enjoyed seeing the little close-up videos I got of the few birds and the squirrel that came to the feeder. And as always, God bless.